let me talk about this real quick, man, because climate change, right? People say climate change is real and that it's happening and that it's true and this, that, and the other. My thing is this. Well, what are your takes on climate change?
Yeah, I think it is real. I think it is happening, but I think they're exaggerating at the rate it's happening.
So when somebody tells you, "Hey, this is
And
happening,"
I think it's always been happening. And I think it will always happen,
yeah,
regardless of what we do with emissions.
I think before it used to be global warming. Now they call it climate change.
Yeah.
Pretty soon it'll be called man-made climate change. But when somebody tells you, "Jay, you're about to get hurt. You should do this differently." Jay, you're about to get hurt. You should do, and they start kind of like kind of being an alarmist, right? You're like, all right, well, what's this guy? Why does this guy care so much about me now all of a sudden? Then they say, Jay, you're about to get hurt unless you do this, and the only way you could do this is if you pay $15. Aha, wait a minute, there's money involved here now. And so what I'm bringing up with that is you hear a lot of things called carbon taxes and stuff like that, and people they've been kind of like mulling an idea over of like charging you a carbon tax based on how many miles you drive.
Yeah, I heard about the highway tax that they're
yeah. So it's like
soon.
So it's like wait a minute. So what happened to climate? Like this is gonna stop climate change?
Yeah.
This is gonna stop not hey, let's make better rail systems so people could drive less. Not hey, if you don't have to fly to a meeting, don't telecommute. Let's have better internet cable. Nope, just pay us more money, right? All that just to say this. Supposedly the science about climate change, man-made climate change, is settled and established. However, there are respectable scientists and I think the word climatologists who don't agree with the settled science. These guys aren't fringe scientists.
Yeah.
These guys aren't people. These guys are, and I don't know their name because off the top of my head, but these guys are people who've been working in the field of climate and geology and all that stuff for decades, and they're saying they might not agree with supposedly the settled science, but because we've become dogmatic, because the institution of science is slowly becoming dogmatic, if you question climate change, now you're seen as a, for lack of a better term, as a heretic.
Wow. It sounds like the days of like when
the Catholic Church used to persecute you for questioning.
Freaking nuts.
And so they'll be like, oh yeah, this respectable scientist who probably has published thousands of papers and has done a huge body of work, he doesn't agree with climate change. Instead of saying, oh, why doesn't this guy agree with it? This is not me. It's not me saying it. Why is this guy saying he doesn't agree with climate change? Let's find out. Let's ask him why. Show us. What do you think? And for those of you guys who don't know, Neil Oliver on YouTube for I forgot what YouTube channel, he had a really good take on climate change in general regarding how they came up with those 97% of scientists believe climate change is real. Apparently, and I'm gonna, hopefully I don't misspeak, it was something along the lines of there were 100 papers, right?
Yeah.
20% of those papers said that they believe in climate change. 5% said that they didn't. Okay, and then the 75% were still unsure.
Okay, so they assume that those 75%.
They did worse than that. They piled up the 75% on top of the 20%. And they got the number 95% of climate scientists agree that climate change is real and 5% don't.
Yeah.
So they did something funny with the numbers. They did something, and then things like Greta Thunberg and at the World Economic Forum. What was she doing over there?
There's like, dude, I think she's a puppet and.
Totally, bro.
Yeah, and she's really weird because there has been interviews where they call her out and say, hey, how much emission did you produce taking that jet? If you get from here to there, and she just chuckles and laughs. That's not a funny manner if it's something that you stand for.
And climate change activists should be furious about this because they'll hold that girl up, and that girl will make your entire movement. And I say that girl, I mean Greta Thunberg. I don't mean like the fact that she's a woman. I have to specify this.
Yeah,
Greta Thunberg, the way she acts on those videos in terms of being questioned and stuff like that, she makes the entire climate change movement look like a joke. To not be taken seriously. I think that's what they did.
What's her favorite quote?
How dare you?
Guys, watch episode 1.
Yes, if you can endure the sound quality.
Yes, we're getting back to endure, bro.
So go ahead.
So yeah.